this is your first time tuning in, I am the creator behind Learn About Birds over on TikTok, and this is my page where I just get a little fun, silly, goofy, wonky, I don't know. But this is going to actually be part 2 of the movie video of inspiration that I posted a few weeks ago, and I haven't followed up with y'all, so there's been a lot that has changed, and I have some wins that are must, if I do dare so say, be celebrated. And alongside those ones, I will be eating this little thingy, which I got it from a store. I have to eat gluten-free, so I got this, and it is Jolly Llama. It's little sandwiches. It's a little sandwich, and it's so cute, but I got it, and I'm going to be talking while I'm eating it, but it's also so tiny. It's a little boy. So we're going to eat and talk about it together. So good. Oh my gosh, I really did not expect it to be this delicious. It kind of tastes like if you were to crush an Oreo and put it into if you were to take 5 Oreos and crush the Oreos and then also make it kind of like a Java Starbucks chocolate vibe, like that. It tastes like cacao. And the ice cream is it's like soft serve. For sure. It's totally soft serve. Part of it did fall off and I played Operation and put it back on. So win for me. Okay, so what has been happening in my life ever since I posted that inspiration video? Well, lots has changed and some very, very exciting things that I was sitting down today just thinking how did I get this? And I think I could sit here and be like, oh, it's luck, it's luck, it's luck. It's luck for sure. I do. But I'm also putting myself in all of these rooms and saying that practically I deserve to be in them because I do deserve to be in them. I have a perspective. I have a voice. I have a special interest, which is birds. And I love talking about them. And that means I've been able to meet some amazing people and grow some amazing, amazing relationships through it. And I'm going to continue growing it. And I'm going to continue talking about birds because I freaking love them. Everything started with birds. But I'm recognizing that there's this whole other part that is my life, that is myself, and I'm bringing that a little bit more to the forefront. So I've been demanding more out of the people in my life, which has meant that I have become more supported and of course, I am supporting those people in the same way. And when I say demanding, I don't necessarily mean that I'm like, oh, you must be this way, you must be this, but I am showing up that way. And the friends that are staying in my life are the ones that are also showing up that way. And it feels so freaking good. It feels so good. Everywhere from my best friend who lives in Chicago still, to my friend that I made here in New York, to a new friend, to even my mom. My relationship with my actual mom, someone that I didn't really ever consider myself to have a terribly close relationship with. And that was just because she had so much going on when I was younger. And I also was running from so much, I think being a child of a divorced family can be a little, but that is all to say that I'm not just lucky, I'm also putting myself in these rooms and making offers for myself and wanting to share my story and being excited to share my story. So I have had a lot change on the personal work front, and that is I'm feeling really good and very reassured in the kind of work that I'm doing. And so that part is going to continue. But the part with my content, y'all, I have gained almost 500 followers over on TikTok since I posted that video. 500 people I have had the opportunity to impact through videos of mine. My whole mission, my whole life's mission is to be able to impact people in a way that they are inspired to feel joy and excitement and love. And whether it be for something external like birds or something internal, I think at the end of the day, once we're able to excessively externalize it, we can actually redirect some of that love back to us. And that's what I ended up doing when it came to birds. And I just fell in love and fell more and more and more in love. Once I was able to say, okay, this American robin is so beautiful, but they're also considered to be so basic. Everyone sees an American robin when they walk out of their window or walk out of their door if you live in the United States. And if you live in Europe, you're seeing a European robin. You know what I'm saying? There's options. There's so many birds that you could see. But the thing is once I was able to say that bird is beautiful, that is that is that, then it turned around into this beautiful thing where I could say, wait, hold on. I'm sitting here and I'm appreciating this bird so much and I'm loving this bird so much. What would happen if I were to reverse some of that around on me? What traits do I have that reflect and that I appreciate in this American robin that I can also internalize within myself? myself. And it allowed me to like learn to grow, to love myself for something that I already loved. This is so good. Oh my gosh. Whoa. Let it melt. If you get one of these, Jolly Llama, let it melt a little. Before, it was good. I mean, gluten-free food is like it's not usually the greatest of food, I will say. But I bit into it. It was really good. The cracker was really good. It also reminded me of these like cacao crackers that you make in southern Italy and you put them on top of cake. And it almost is like a tiramisu type cake, maybe a tres leches. But instead of it being with dough, it's with these like cacao crackers. Chef's, it's so good. So good. I mean, come on. Are you kidding me? Are you freaking kidding me? I mean, what? Yo, this is so good. I cannot get over it. So my page has grown a bunch. I've been posting more over here on YouTube. And as a result, I've hit almost 75 subscribers. Like, are you serious? 75 more people that I have impacted or have shared some of my story with. I'm so lucky to be able to share with you all and talk about things that I love and things that excite me. Like, it's thrilling, truly. My podcast hit its 12th episode this week. And y'all, if you weren't there from the beginning, you might not know that the 12th episode was my goal. To hit the 12th episode was like the ultimate peak thing for me. That was like my North Star. That's what I was driving towards. And now I'm like, oh my gosh, what do I get to create episodes about now? And the next episode, just y'all wait. It's going to be a fun one. It's about Blue Jays. I can't help myself. I love a good preview. But I've had conversations with amazing people who have built games that I personally have played. Are you freaking kidding me? Like, what? So that's just really exciting. I got a lot going on, and it's all really, really, really good things. My yoga practice is getting better and better. If you're not familiar, I do practice yoga. I love it, love it, love it. Dance has gotten more fun. I've embraced myself so much more, and I can literally see my goal of me on a stage. And in order to get me closer to that, I submitted myself for nomination of a TED Talk. So who knows, like I've been creating content for now 2 years. I feel so comfortable in front of a camera, and every single time I record, I get more and more comfortable and more aligned with myself, and it's been just feeling even better every single time. So I feel like I'm getting where I'm going, and I'm loving the way there. Like I just know one day where I'm going to be and where I'm headed, and I'm putting in all the work so that I can literally get myself there. And I'm such a hard worker, and I don't slow down. I don't stop. I'm a dreamer. I've had big dreams my whole entire life. And the very reason why I will be so successful is the same reason why people have made fun of me. It's the same reason why they told me I was annoying, why they told me I was obnoxious, why they told me I was too loud, too quirky is a big one. And I've literally built this platform about that quirky bird girl because you know what? I'm reclaiming it. Someone can call me quirky and weird and annoying and loud and obnoxious. Guess what? People love me for it. And I love me for it. And I don't have to feel bad about being those things anymore. And I empower other people now to be those things. No one's hate or anger or projection or anything can stop me. I'm a firehouse. The sky's the limit. And I know that now. And it's so exciting to have that conversation with myself and to sit down and get myself a few steps closer, even though I didn't end up going in every single direction that I talked about in that video. And I'm still working towards some of those things. Don't get me wrong, but a lot of them I have already accomplished. And I'm accomplishing them in different ways than I even thought. So I allowed myself to be flexible in what was coming my way too. So I said, this is what I'm going to do, this. And I listed out all the things that I wanted to do to get me to that place. And I did end up doing all of those things. I reached out to every single one of those resorts. I reached out to every single one of those brand partners. I did so much to get myself. And what I ended up doing was being the confidence that I needed to get to the rooms that I was actually wanting to go to get my goals even doubled from what I wanted them to be. So it's like I did all of that work, and then when it didn't work and when it didn't go 100% exactly the way that I was wanting it to go, I allowed myself to be open to different opportunities and use the skills that I learned in those. Because in those emails, I was able to think about, okay, what kind of pricing would I want to set? What kind of this? What would I do for this, this, and this? And how do I evaluate that? And it gave me that skill of not only negotiating, but also sharing my worth, sharing how I'm going to provide value and benefit, and using my skill of negotiation that would eventually help me later on down the line when someone does approach me for an opportunity that's even better than what I could have imagined. And it's like I'm just growing and like grabbing all of these skills just by trying and trying and trying and asking questions and being curious and meeting new people and like just allowing myself to be and relax, and it just being like magnetic to other people and them just being so kind to me. I've learned about so many people's different stories over the past week, and it's been so beautiful and so amazing. It's something I cherish and I hold so close to me. I've heard the stories of really 2 people over the past 2 days, and it just sometimes when you think that life is out to get you, and when things aren't going right, there was always a reason in my life why things weren't going right. And if I really sat down with myself at those moments and I asked myself, okay, Steph, what is it that's going on? What is it that's causing you this doubt, this pain? I would look inside and say, my relationships aren't what I need. My work relationship, my romantic relationship, my friendship, my relationship with my parents, my relationship with my siblings, my relationship with my grandparents, all these other things, my relationship with myself. That was a big one at the core of every single one of those, because literally none of those relationships could get better until my relationship with myself actually got better. But I couldn't see that until I acknowledged the stuff with everyone else first. It was almost like I had blinders on to the problems and the struggles that I had, and I had to work through those and remove some of those from my life in order for me to see a pathway forward. And I was literally able to do that, and I did do it. It happened. And now I'm living this life that's so holistic and it's closer to my values. My relationships have evolved. Some of them I've lost. And I'm actually really okay with that now. At the time, it freaking hurt. It hurt a lot. It hurt to leave behind my marriage. That was really, really, really hard. But I did it. And now I get to embrace so many more and deeper relationships, friendships with my friends, with my parents, with my cousins, like with all of these people in my life. And I feel so enriched in comparison to where I was before, which honestly, I just felt lonely. And now I don't feel that way. I don't feel lonely. I feel wholesome and I feel excited. And I feel grateful and glad that I get to spend, all of this time by myself. I'm really understanding who I am and what I'm needing, and I'm just going after those things. And so, yes, I requested to do or submitted my nomination for a TED Talk. So that is in the works. I also bought a bunch of books, and y'all, I am bringing it back full circle. So I speak Spanish and Italian, in addition, of course, to English. And I was really missing learning a language, and I was going to go with Korean, but I was like, I don't necessarily have the time to learn a totally new alphabet. And so I picked up a Portuguese book and I've been reading it, and it has been so much freaking fun to read. Literally, I've just been like skimming through it, and it's bringing me back to all these memories that I have of me speaking Portuguese, Brazilian Portuguese to be clear. And I would just read the different sections and compare it back, and all of these like, oh wow, I remember that. I remember that. I remember that. I remember that. All of these things from like language class, and then also being able to use my Spanish and Italian. It's so much fun, and I feel so like I'm applying skills that I really, really love and appreciate about myself. I'm so freaking detailed, and I can lose sometimes the perspective on that when I'm not actively thinking about this amazing skill. And so I bought a book, and so I've been working on Portuguese again, and that feels so good. So I'll be documenting my journey for that here on YouTube as well. So stay tuned for that. But I'm just on nivel uno, or that might have been Italian or Spanish, honestly either. And so I've been reading all about that, and then just improving my own life, really, and working on growing and achieving what it is that I really want to be able to achieve. I have this goal too of owning a home in Buenos Aires in 5 years. And now honestly, now it's been 4 years. So my goal is cut down 1 year. I'm a step closer, and who knows where I'll be. You know, I could have my beautiful home. I could have a beautiful home here in New York, but ultimately I will have a home in Argentina, ultimately. So I could have both, is what I'm saying. Both sauce. I think those are the biggest life updates that I have ever since I made that video. And I took alongside Birdability, which is an amazing nonprofit. And we went to Jamaica Bay Wildlife Refuge. And it was so much fun. And I got to see snow geese for the first time. If you've never seen a snow goose, they're beautiful. They literally sound like Canada geese, but if you were to like plug their nose a little bit, they're like, ah, that's what I heard. They're beautiful birds. And then I saw a bunch of those, came back, and also, again, led that tour in Central Park. That was so amazing. We are on the up and up, y'all. And you know what? I am not going to stop. It's from here on out, every single week is going to continue getting better. And I may have hard days and I may have moments that feel like setbacks. But the thing is I've learned from every single setback. I've learned from every single thing that has happened to me. And even though some of those things admittedly should not have happened or should not have happened to me, I am so in control of what comes next for me. And I get to decide who I am, how I want to operate, what the next opportunity is. I will find it because I always have. I've always found the next best thing. And when I trust myself and I lean into that, I allow myself to accept even more and to embrace even more than I thought was possible. So yes, my dream is to own a home in Buenos Aires in 4 years. Yes, my dream is to have a TV show one day. Yes, my dream is to create as much content for as long as I can for the rest of my life. Yes, 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 yes. And yeses to what comes after that, because there's going to be so much more, and I don't stop here. We're going to keep going, and I'm going to keep impacting people and sharing my story and making people feel like they're not alone. Like things are hard. Yes, things are very hard. The world is not a kind world at times, but you can find people like myself, like other people that are kind and carry that with them because they're just that kind to themselves. And I believe that we can find them, that we can encourage ourselves to be them, because when we put that energy out, it's almost like we get it mirrored back to us. So if we can do it, and I want to do it with you, and I'm just really... Thank you to everyone who has subscribed. Thank you for following my journey. Thank you for getting excited alongside me. Thank you for listening to my pivots and my changes and my updates and my everything. This world is the world is your oyster catcher, and the world is my oyster catcher, and we're going to catch it for freaking sure. There's so much more to come, and I can't wait to do another update video like this one where I am just freaking cheesing and I can't stop because it literally feels so good just to talk about these things. I am such a big dreamer, and I've always been a big dreamer. At the age of 16, I literally moved myself from Flint, Michigan, actually, at that point, it was a suburb of Flint, Michigan. I literally moved myself from there to Italy simply because I decided that I wanted to learn a new language, and like the environment was holding me back. I literally thought at the time, and I still actually do think I stand by those words, that the environment was holding me back and I needed something new. And every time I say this, that I have felt stuck, I have done something radical. I had made a radical change. I have shifted up my life. I have done what I needed to do to get me through. And I trust that I am going to keep doing that forever, because I never have stopped. I literally did it from the age of 16. I did it as young as 9. I did it even younger than that. So I am so freaking resilient, and I'm going to keep bouncing back, y'all. So just you wait. Part 3 is going to be even better because it's only on the up and up, and no changes are too many because it's a season of yes, and yes to a show, and yes to everything that comes before it. All right, y'all. This has been so great. Keep following my journey. Subscribe below if you want to see more of my Stuff's Try series. I'm going to continue posting about it. That is a series where I do new fun things pretty frequently, and there are oftentimes things that even scare me, maybe that appall me. I don't know yet, but yeah, that's what we're working towards, and this has been great. So I will